Hello guys, welcome everyone to another GizChina Germany review. Today it's all about the Ainol Mini PC. Now you probably know Ainol. They once have been a pretty popular Chinese manufacturer of tablet PCs, but eventually missed the inventions of time and disappeared from the market for a certain time, actually for over a year. And this year they came back onto the market, but with a whole new device category. And it's a mini PC, and it's this one. It's simply called the Ainol Mini PC, and it's actually a very attractive device because it's not only cheap, it also looks pretty good. So let's get right into the review. What you see here is the packaging of the mini PC. It's pretty well designed, kind of a stealth look. We have a nice picture of the mini PC from all angles on the front, the Ainol logo, the Intel Inside logo, and of course the mini PC imprint also around the box. And on the rear we find some information regarding the manufacturer as well as certification signs and a QR code, which brings you to the website of the manufacturer. So together with the Ainol Mini PC you get one HDMI cable, one power supply, and one quick start guide, and that's about it. Let's have a look at the mini PC itself, and this is how it looks. It's pretty thin and pretty small. It fits onto my hand as you can see, and it's very nice build. It has a full aluminum body around the device, and the only plastic things are the front and rear covers, which house all the ports of the mini PC. And on the side you see something that looks like cooling vents, but actually that's just a pattern printed on there. But actually cooling is something they did a pretty good job with, so don't worry about it. So let's have a look around the device. We have two USB 2.0 ports on the front. One actually is used by my remote receiver right now. We have one status LED, which you see powered on right now. Now you probably wonder how this thing can run without a power supply attached. Well, there is a 7000 milliamps battery inside, which is supposed to offer you power bank features. But I tell you that right away, there is no power bank feature. More about that later. We also have the on-off switch, and on the rear we find one micro SD slot, one OTG port for another USB device to attach. Also one mini HDMI port, one headphone jack, and the DC inlet. So I will now get this beauty hooked up to my television again, and then we will have a look at it. So I've hooked up the mini PC to my television now, and as you can see we have Windows 8.1 running on here. So this is a Windows 8.1 TV box. Let me quickly open up the system overview so we can have a look at the specs. So as you can see, this system is based on the Intel Atom Z3735F SoC, which is a quad-core x86 SoC clocked at 1.33 GHz, and it actually can go up to 1.86 GHz in turbo boost mode. You also have 2 GB of RAM inside of there, and the internal memory is 32 GB, and 25 GB are actually usable for you as a user because Ainol didn't install any bloatware and stuff. And we have actually Windows 8.1 with Bing running on there, which is the almost free version of Windows for manufacturers of such device. And it also comes with a free Office 365 personal subscription for 1 year, so you can use all the Office applications and also get 1 TB of free OneDrive cloud storage. So that's a pretty good offer in my opinion. To control the Ainol Mini PC, I am using the Melee F10 Deluxe Remote, which is working very well. It's pretty cheap at $25. I really recommend you to get it because it has an air mouse feature. It also supports control of other devices through IR, and it also has an integrated keyboard. But I will do a full review of this one later on, so please stay tuned for that. So I'm actually using the Ainol Mini PC on the television as a media center PC mostly. And to do so, you need to adjust a few settings in Windows to have a perfect user experience on the TV. So the main thing you need to do first is to make your UI larger, change the DPI settings, because everything is simply too small if you run Windows with the stock settings on a television. So let me quickly show you how to adjust those settings. My UI is in German right now, but it's the very same with the English version of Windows as well, so don't worry about that. What you have to do first is to go to the display settings, and here you will see enlargement of text and other elements. Click on that, and here you can change the DPI value. I've set that to the largest settings, then save the settings and reboot your mini PC, and everything will be very large and very easy to control on a television. Now another thing you should do is to make the cursor bigger. As you can see, I've set that to a very big setting. So, it's just making everything easier to control, and you can do that in your mouse settings. And there you choose the pointer options, and there you can choose an enlarged scheme for the cursor. So that's working very well actually. And for media playback, I went for Kodi, but I will show you that later on how that looks on this mini PC. So what about performance? Well, I think it's very decent. It's enough for web browsing and everything. And let me just open up one website. And as you can see, it's loading very fast. Scrolling is working very smooth as well, at least once it fully loaded. So here you go. There's a bit of lagging, but it's working pretty well in my opinion. So also multiple websites at a time isn't much of an issue. Typing with the melee remote isn't much of an issue. Works very well. Let me hit YouTube for you to demonstrate that. Maybe even play some YouTube video. And as you can see, players loading and the videos playing, some ad playing right now. And I also can switch to full screen and everything. So that's working like on a normal PC, and it's working pretty well. There also is the ability to do multitasking to a certain degree. Of course, the 2 GB of RAM are a bit limited, but for stuff you do on a television, it's still perfectly enough. So also if you use that as an office PC, you will be able to do office tasks, writing stuff, using Excel and that stuff. It works like a charm. The performance is pretty much okay. What I disliked a little bit about the Ainol Mini PC is the Wi-Fi. There's no external antenna like, for example, with the Pipo X7S. That means that with all the metal around, the Wi-Fi reception quality is a bit limited. I won't say it's bad, because it certainly isn't. But you definitely have some issues to connect to routers that are far away from the mini PC. For example, this Fritzbox 6490 cable, which is in the upper floor above this room. I can connect to it, but internet is very slow through it. So I have to connect to my Linksys router, which is right next to this mini PC. And the signal strength display isn't very accurate either, because it displays almost full signal strength, but in reality, it's like 1 to 2 bars, so that could be done better. In case you don't have a second router available, I recommend you to get a USB to Ethernet adapter for this thing that you can hook up on it and then connect to your router through Ethernet in case you have issues with Wi-Fi. Now, another concern for some might be the temperature. If you remember back to the Pipo X7S, this one had some overheating issues, even though it was a lot larger than the Ainol Mini PC actually. And that was due to no proper heatsink being applied onto the SoC. Actually, I wouldn't have believed that, because the Ainol Mini PC is so thin and there also is a battery inside and everything, but cooling is working very well there. The SoC temperature never goes above 65 degrees, which is perfectly okay, and actually enables the mini PC to reach turbo boost mode at any given time, even under full load. So it does never overheat, and you never have slowdowns or anything. That's pretty neat. As you can see, the SoC temperature is around 47 to 48 degrees right now, and the maximum core temperature is about 55 degrees, and this mini PC actually is running all the time. I haven't shut it down since about 12 days now, which is a lot, since I want to have it always on. I always want it to be ready if I need it. And now for some, there might be reason to shut it down in terms of power consumption, but actually power consumption of this device is very little. We have about 1 to 2 watts of power consumption in idle mode. We have about 5 watts if we watch an HD video, and we have about 8 to 9 watts of power consumption under full processor load. So that's actually not much, and there is no problem with this device running all the time. So what about the battery? As you can see, we have some statistics about it. So we have a proper cell management inside of there. The cycles count went nuts. That's not true actually. I have like 10 cycles, charging cycles of the battery right now. Anyway, the battery is pretty good inside of there. It apparently really has 7,000 milliamps, and it allows the Ainol Mini PC to run independently from a power socket for about 6 to 10 hours, depending on which applications you run. Now that comes pretty handy if you use that as a media center PC, for example, and some of your family wants to use the television and you're watching a movie on the Ainol Mini PC right now. You simply hit the pause button, detach the mini PC from the television, took it to another monitor in your house, attach it to this one, and continue watching your movie without rebooting the device. That's pretty handy. Also, if you do office work or something, you can take that to your workspace, and if you're done working, you can take it home with all the stuff opened, or you can take it to your television to enjoy some media. So it's a very portable device that doesn't need to be rebooted just because you want to carry it around. So that's very neat. But something I dislike about it is that Ainol actually advertises it to be a power bank, and that's not true, because if this thing is shut down, which you want it to be if you use it as a power bank, because it would consume battery on its own if it is powered up, there is no voltage on the USB ports, which means you actually can't use it as a power bank if it is shut down. And even if it's booted up, it is only a very limited power bank, because it only puts out about 1.5 amperes on the USB ports, which really isn't enough to charge a phone. You can charge like a smartwatch on it, but well, it really isn't much of a power bank. It really is just a mini PC that can run independently from a power socket. So Ainol actually should stop advertising this to be a power bank, because it isn't. But all in all, it's still a great device, because it's slim, it's silent, it doesn't overheat, so it still makes up for a great office mini PC or a media center box. So I told you that I am using XBMC, or Kodi, how it is called now, for media center purposes on here, and this is working very well, smooth like a charm. Let me quickly fire that up. So this is how it looks. It's a perfect free media center UI supporting all important media stuff. You can even play 4K videos and everything, and with the Melee F10 Deluxe Remote you can scroll through the menu without using any mouse. So I just use the arrow buttons here. I can confirm using OK. I can go back with the back button. It's working all very well. I can also control media playback with a play pause button and all that stuff here. I can control volume and everything. So that's working very conveniently in my opinion. So actually I won't show you any more details now. I won't talk much more about it now. You will see some playback demos later on in the performance demo. So let me quickly give you my final verdict about the Ainol Mini PC. While it actually isn't quite what it's advertised to be, it's a mini PC or a media center TV box, but no power bank like it's advertised to be. Yet still, it's a device that I recommend to people who are looking for a portable mini PC or a good TV box for the living room, simply because it's cheap. It's priced at around $98 right now, which isn't that much considering what you get here. And well, it's working very well besides of the missing power bank feature, especially the fact that it's so slim yet doesn't overheat is a big pro for this little mini PC/TV box. So in case you're looking for such a device, I really recommend you to have a closer look at it, because it's working very well. Of course, you need a remote for it to work properly on a television, because you don't want to hook up a mouse and keyboard onto a mini PC in the living room. But actually the Melee F10 Deluxe is priced at just $25, so well, that doesn't add up much to the final cost. So my final verdict is definitely something worth a purchase and definitely worth its money, but you shouldn't get misled by the power bank advertising. So that's about the review. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, you will receive a little performance demo and playback demo now. In case there are any questions left, drop them below the comments and I will answer them. And if you like in general what we are doing at GizChina Germany, make sure to follow us on other social media sites like Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. So thanks for watching again. Bye bye, over and out.
They will